Right, you sexy people. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you how I went from this, to this, to this, and finally to this. This is not an instructional video, it's more just kind of me detailing my personal fitness journey and my story. Right, I could turn this into a motivational edit with chronological pictures of me topless, synced up to 2013 dubstep, but you've seen that a million times before, so I'm going to give it to you short and sweet. I used to be a greasy gamer boy with the body composition of a Teletubby, and at my heaviest I was around 100 kilos. Eventually, I got bored of playing Minecraft, eating cereal and wanking all day, so I decided I needed to change. I lost a lot of weight very quickly, it was really unhealthy, I had no knowledge of nutrition, and I was super food focused. On the bright side, I gained a newfound confidence and respect for myself, and this started the quest for self-improvement. It was not all good though. Alongside the newfound confidence, I also developed bulimia and body dysmorphia. I saw a therapist and realised that my eating habits just weren't sustainable, so I decided to start eating more by the therapist's recommendation, and I'll be honest, I put on a good 10 kilos because at my very dark points of trying to lose the weight, I did some pretty horrible stuff looking back. Like, I would sleep on my back so that my stomach would I would sleep on my back so that my stomach would look flatter in the morning, and I tried not eating heavy foods or drinking too much water just so the number on the scale would be a little bit smaller. On the bright side, I was eating again, but I had no knowledge on nutrition, so I was just eating junk food, but at least I was eating. In February of 2019, this deeply ingrained drive to be the best version of myself was awakened. I know it's cliche, but I wanted it so bad. I started working out 6 days a week and prioritising protein in my diet. My nutrition still wasn't great, but it was much better than before. And at this point, I started cycling through different fad diets like keto and intermittent fasting. Still though, I was pretty restrictive with my calories. In hindsight, I probably would have bumped them up a bit more, but the passion was there, the drive was there, and you know, I was going in, working out, not taking enough rest days though. Like, there were points where I'd just go 2 weeks in a row, and that's literally just because I loved being at the gym. I would just go in there for 2 hours at a time and just go all out, go to war. And I still love it, and I'm waiting on them to open so I can get back to my war zone. So it got to November or December of 2019, and I decided to go full YOLO and go on like a dirty bulk. Pretty much just eating way too much every day. And I think this is partially because I was just too restrictive beforehand, trying to be in a deficit and, you know, missing out on a lot of the more important things in life because I was trying to, you know, sacrifice it to get the results, and I still looked pretty bad. And I was like, I need to put on some muscle on my frame. And I think at the time, I was just, you know, my ego was just protecting me, saying it was a dirty bulk, but in reality it was probably a bit of a rebound. Okay, so March of 2020, I believe it was, the first lockdown happens, and I'm around 89 kilos, kind of puffy, I'll be honest. I was not looking great, holding a lot of water on my face, and you know, just in general, just quite a puffy, you know, fluffy, pillowy kind of guy. Pudgy. But I had put on a decent amount of strength. But obviously the surplus was just way too big and it was a lot of unnecessary fat gain. So I went up north to stay with my friend Lily from uni. During this lockdown, her parents were nice enough to let me stay with them. And during this time, I decided, you know, I should cut down because we were still allowed to exercise. So I was going on 6-hour walks, listening to audiobooks and podcasts, and this was another one of my self-improvement phases. And I'm really thankful for this period because it changed a lot of my philosophies on life, and I developed a greater understanding of the world and nutrition. And yeah, it was just a great period in general. So by the end of the summer, I lost around 7 kilos. A lot of it was muscle, but a lot of it was also fat. So then yes, at the end of the summer, the gym's finally reopened. Great news. And from that point, I've basically just been slowly putting on muscle, and during the lockdowns I've been utilizing them as like mini cut periods. And the biggest thing is my nutrition is just so much better than it was before, and that's just because I'm eating high protein and high fiber foods to keep me full throughout the day. And you know, this is something I preach all the time. Eat, you know, quality, low calorie dense foods if you're someone who struggles with their appetite and overeating, because I'm able to stay in pretty good nick, and I'm able to lose fat pretty easily just by making sure that I have like these filler meals with lots of protein, lots of veggies, and that's at least what works for me. And obviously high protein foods have a higher thermic effect, so that just means when you eat high protein foods, you're going to be burning off more calories just from digesting them. So yeah, that's my fat loss story so far. I've only been training for 2 years, and obviously that's been a bit inconsistent because the gyms have kept closing and we're in the middle of a pandemic. But I am really passionate about fitness, and I know that in a few years' time I'm going to be in pretty sickening shape, and I'm happy with where I am. I'm grateful for how far I've come, and looking forward to the future. Like, subscribe. I know this was a bit of a you know, a bit of a lull video, but it's more of a serious topic. Also, hit me up on Instagram if you want any free coaching or advice. If you're someone who struggles with having a healthy relationship with food and getting in shape at the same time. Obviously, I'm not super experienced, but I pretty much try and learn as much as I can about it every day. So, you know, if it's better than the next guy, feel free to hit me up. All right, in a bit.